Before I begin, I need to warn people that this is a really important topic. Now, guidelines for media reporting on this subject strongly discourages naming things directly. For this reason, I'm going to call it sorrow solution. If you were a user of this world, I believe there are overwhelmingly strong reasons why you should leave it. I believe you are being used to contribute to a significant level of destruction. I went for a walk with my kids to a local park. Not once did they say anything even remotely pessimistic. Then I began to wonder why. Now, one obvious question that pops up is, what's the actual belief system underpinning ending one's life? There's a list of 4 philosophies. This is key to understanding ending one's life. There's, drumroll, nihilism, a philosophy that views all life as meaningless. We'll just leave that one as is. The second philosophy is antinatalism, a philosophy that assigns negative value to existence because existence is imposed upon the individual without their consent. Now, in recent years, this particular idea has gained traction on various forums. Whatever its origins, its main idea now amounts to a serious resentment of one's parents because they're the ones who put you on this planet, and they did that to satisfy their own selfish requirements to have children. The third philosophy is pro-mortalism, a philosophy that assigns a positive value to death. Now, this one is really important. It underpins an attitude that life is so horrible, it's immoral to act in any way that might dissuade someone from ending their life. Suggesting there's a reason to live is just horrible. There's no other word for it. And last, and least, libertarianism. The belief that the individual is the owner of their own body and has the right to dispose of it however they see fit. We'll just leave that one as is. In a nutshell, if you're thinking of ending your life, you should not speak to anyone about your thoughts, because if you do, they're going to lock you up in a psych ward. They provide a few hotline numbers, as well as zany pseudoscience alternatives like microdosing LSD and MDMA-assisted therapy. No, if you want to get a sense of what ending your life is like, you need to uncover a whole anti-help perspective. At first glance, it's a little tricky to find your bearings due to all the specialized jargon and abbreviations. For example, the act of bringing one's life to an end is referred to as CTB, which stands for either cease to breathe or more popularly, catch the bus. You can take part in some of the sillier activities too, like survival instinct. Everyone's got their priorities, I suppose. Now, the term sound mind is used to describe a person's ability to reasonably understand their surroundings and act rationally in their own interest. Did the person act in sound mind at that moment, or were their actions negatively influenced by something like survival instinct? Medical professionals and therapists, well, they only care about money, and they're going to lock you up if you tell them what you're thinking. Your parents? They're the ones who did this to you in the first place by selfishly dragging you into this meaningless world. You can't trust them. And those preventing you from harming yourself? They're assaulting your freedom to do what you want with your body. Life is terrible. Death is beautiful. And if you think I'm exaggerating in any way, I eventually found a guy who sold me the means for a specific method with 0 questions asked. I documented this entire process, but of course I can't show it here. The method I purchased arrived at my door just as I was finishing up this video. Someone in the world has actively assisted me in dying. And this is the first time that's ever happened. You know, it's really chilling and it feels incredibly weird, and I got a weird feeling in my stomach